Narcissists, cloaked in a guise of pride and self-importance, often look down on others, seeing themselves as the center of the universe. They manipulate, control, and trample on the emotions of those around them without a hint of remorse. But did you know that we can completely turn the tables and transform these arrogant individuals into meek little kittens? Today, I'll be sharing 8 advanced psychological strategies to help you handle narcissists effectively. You'll learn how to recognize their manipulative tactics, protect yourself from harm, and rediscover peace within. But that's not all. I'll also reveal how you can apply Stoic philosophy, an ancient school of thought that emphasizes resilience, rationality, and emotional mastery to manage narcissists in the most sophisticated way possible. You'll learn to control your emotions, develop positive thinking, and find inner strengths so that you won't be swayed by their psychological games. Let's embark on this journey to conquer the narcissist together, and you'll soon realize that you are far stronger than you ever imagined. Narcissists often seem to hold the upper hand, and there are a few reasons for this. First, they don't care about you as much as you care about them. Second, they've practiced these toxic tactics for a long time, manipulating and controlling others. Third, they thrive on creating drama, conflict, and chaos. They won't hesitate to twist the truth, deny evidence, and even counterattack you. Their goal isn't to find the truth, but to protect their fragile ego and maintain a sense of superiority. So, how do you turn the tables? The answer doesn't lie in changing them, but in focusing on yourself. Let go of any hope for a genuine apology or deep self-awareness from them. Instead, focus on protecting yourself, setting clear boundaries, and refusing to engage in futile arguments. Watch this video to the end, and you'll discover strategies to handle narcissists in every argument. Plus, I'll reveal a brand new tactic that can help you outsmart them in a powerful way. Before we dive in, please show your support by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Together, we're building a healing community where we share ways to handle toxic relationships. Number 1. Removing the rose-colored glasses, accepting reality. You might have unknowingly entered the narcissist's toxic maze, unaware because personality disorders like these aren't taught in school and rarely come up in daily conversations. Even when you realize you're in a relationship with a narcissist, not everyone has the courage or willingness to accept it. Why? Because facing the painful truth that a relationship should have ended long ago or admitting that you're being manipulated isn't easy. This hesitation gives narcissists more opportunity to manipulate and dominate. But it's time to face the truth courageously. You're being manipulated by a narcissist who will never change. I know this is difficult, especially if you still have feelings for them. Deep down, you sense something's wrong, but it's hard to confront that painful truth. You may cling to love, create hopeful fantasies to justify their toxic actions, and unknowingly let yourself be pulled into their game, not because you don't see the truth, but because you're not ready to accept it. To avoid confronting this painful reality, you convince yourself it's not their fault. You accept their lies, keeping yourself trapped in an unhealthy relationship. Here, both your emotions and physical well-being become dependent, as if you've grown addicted to the familiar pain they bring. So the first step to breaking free from their control is to remove those rose-colored glasses, have the courage to look at the reality of the relationship and its true nature. Only then can you reclaim your self-control and freedom. Number 2. Choosing silence intentionally. Narcissists live off the emotions of others, and when you choose silence, you cut off the supply that feeds their distorted ego. They will try every tactic to pull you back into the toxic cycle they've created. The real purpose of the arguments they initiate isn't to resolve anything or determine right from wrong. It's to maintain control over you so that they always emerge as right and you as wrong. These endless arguments serve two purposes. They draw you into a spiral of conflict and confusion, draining your energy, and they reinforce their power over you, using your emotions to fuel their twisted sense of self. So, when you find yourself caught in an endless argument, stop, go silent, breathe deeply, and remind yourself of your own agency. Stay grounded in your core values and don't let them turn you into a player in their toxic game. But remember, silence isn't a punishment for them. Silence is a way to free yourself. Don't let your silence become a cold war, a manipulative game aimed at causing harm and controlling the other person. That's the narcissist's approach, as they put their ego above all else and will use any means to achieve their aims. But you, a compassionate and empathetic person, don't need to lower yourself to that level. Choose silence, because it's essential for your own protection and well-being. This silence isn't about them, it's about you and prioritizing your happiness and inner peace. When you master the art of silence, you take control of your own life. Your silence doesn't just strip them of control, it also cuts deep into what psychologists call the narcissistic wound, forcing them to face feelings of loss and insecurity. They'll feel the power they're used to wielding slip away, and for the first time they'll confront the discomfort of vulnerability, something they have little capacity to tolerate. Number 3. Emotional self-control. But remember, silence is only the beginning, not the end. Silence holds true power only when it comes from inner peace and resolve, rather than masking storms of negative emotions. Keep in mind the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. You may not control fate, but you are always the master of your own soul. Narcissists, with their keen radar, can sense even the slightest changes in your emotional state. Even without words, they read you through body language, eye contact, or even subtle shifts in your breathing. A single slip of furrowed brow, a quick breath can be all they need to attack, provoke, and seize control. They'll test you with insults, provocative comments, or even casual remarks meant to unsettle you. If you fall into their trap, reacting with anger or hurt, they'll view it as a win. To win this silent battle, you need more than external calm, you need inner tranquility. Learn to manage your emotions and remain serene in the face of any external attack. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, your mind is your own fortress. No one can break into it without your permission. Focus on higher goals, on your true values and passions. Don't let someone else's words or actions distract you or rob you of peace. When you maintain a calm mind, you achieve a major victory. The narcissist loses their hold because they can't touch your resilient inner world. Silence born from inner peace is the highest expression of self-control and inner strength, helping you stay grounded through all challenges and find true freedom. Number 4. Setting boundaries. Narcissists, driven by an oversized ego and a hunger for control, despise boundaries. To them, boundaries are like prison bars, poison that threatens the power they believe they own. When you dare to draw clear lines, you're declaring, "This is my territory, and you have no right to cross it." Nothing infuriates them more. They may try to lure, flatter, threaten, or even seek revenge, but stay strong. Never step back. If you share children with a narcissist, remember the minimal contact rule. Communicate only when necessary, keep exchanges strictly about the children, and use co-parenting apps to avoid needless conversations. Stay alert to their performances. "I'm texting at midnight because I miss the kids," or "I need to see the kids right now," or just tactics to invade your space. Test your resolve and drag you back into their manipulative cycle. Be firm in protecting the boundaries you've worked so hard to set. Don't respond to late-night texts, avoid picking up calls in the middle of the night, and don't agree to meet unless it's truly necessary. Show them you're no longer their puppet, and if they try to break through, stand firm and push them back. Number 5. Stop apologizing. Narcissists, with their talent for manipulation, can make you feel at fault even when they're clearly in the wrong. They plant seeds of guilt in your mind, leading you to doubt yourself, which makes it easier for them to control and manipulate you. I remember Marcus Aurelius's words, "No one can harm you unless you allow it. Don't hand them the keys to your soul. Don't let them sow negative feelings within you." When you apologize unnecessarily, you unknowingly enable their manipulative behavior. They take it as permission for their wrongdoings and feel emboldened to go even further. Have the courage to say no to unreasonable accusations and guilt-tripping. Remember, you're not at fault, and you're not responsible for someone else's actions. As philosopher Seneca once said, those who cannot control themselves will seek to control others. Narcissists often hide behind a social mask that portrays them as admirable. They want others to see them as wonderful, praiseworthy people. But when you expose the truth, revealing their flaws, they become panicked and insecure. Their mask cracks, and they're forced to confront their real selves imperfect and flawed. Refusing to apologize is not only a way to protect yourself, but also a statement of your worth. It shows that you are strong, confident, and not easily manipulated. This is the first step to freeing yourself from the narcissist trap and reclaiming your freedom. Number 6. Don't rush to defend yourself. Narcissists, with their ballooned sense of self, often seek to assert their power by provoking and manipulating your emotions. They throw out criticisms, accusations, or even insults to get you to explode in anger, confusion, or insecurity. Remember, this is the trap they've set. The more instinctively you react, the deeper you fall into their game. The more you try to defend, explain, or prove yourself, the more fuel you give them to continue their attacks. Psychologist Wendy T. B. Harry, an expert in narcissistic behavior, explains that narcissists often want to sit on top in every conversation. They want you to feel insecure, to feel as if only they can grant you forgiveness or mercy. So, how can you escape this trap? Try the controlled agreement strategy. Instead of reacting with hostility, calmly acknowledge their criticism, but on your terms. For example, if they call you messy and disorganized, instead of defending yourself, you might smile and say, "You might be right. I'll work on that." This controlled agreement leaves the narcissist disoriented. They don't receive the reaction they want and don't know how to attack further. You've neutralized their weapon with calm and confidence. However, stay flexible and perceptive. Agreeing isn't always the best option. Sometimes, silence and not responding directly is a more effective counterattack. Learn to master your emotions, refusing to let others pull your strings. When you decline to join their game, you reclaim your own power. And when you're no longer their puppet, they lose the reason to continue their performance. Number 7. Don't take responsibility for their emotions. Never feel responsible for a narcissist's emotions. They'll try to blame you for their negative feelings, making you feel guilty and even convincing you that you're responsible for their insecurity or anger. This is a subtle manipulation meant to keep you within their control. Narcissists don't seek emotional balance, they seek to exploit the emotions of others to satisfy their own needs. Allowing them to manipulate your feelings opens the door for them to exploit your empathy to achieve their goals, whether it's attention, control, or a sense of power. Remember, their emotions are their responsibility, not yours. If they feel angry, upset, or sad, let them deal with it. Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us what troubles us is not events themselves, but our judgments about them. Their feelings are a result of how they choose to react, and it's not a burden you need to carry. Maintain your calm, and don't let yourself get swept up in the emotional turmoil they create. You have every right to protect your own peace, and don't need to absorb emotions that aren't yours to bear. Number 8. Bring in a third party. If you want to keep a narcissist in check and prevent them from manipulating, involving a third party in conversations can be incredibly effective. Narcissists thrive on isolation, using it to target weaknesses and control your emotions without interference. In private, they feel powerful, free to use subtle tactics to keep you under control. But with someone else present, especially someone neutral, their ability to manipulate freely is diminished. Therapists or other mental health professionals can often recognize manipulative and toxic behaviors, which makes narcissists feel exposed to an audience they can't control. According to psychologists, when a narcissist feels that their perfect image is at risk, they may become visibly uneasy or even lose control. This gives you a clearer view of their true nature, and having a third party can create a safe space for you to express yourself without being overwhelmed by their tactics. If a professional isn't available, consider enlisting a trusted friend or family member who can stay calm and won't get caught up in the emotions of the confrontation. The presence of another person not only deters the narcissist from misusing their power, but it also fosters a fairer, healthier, and more constructive environment for conversation. With another voice present, it becomes harder for the narcissist to impose their perspective, and they are forced to adjust their behavior. Furthermore, having a witness helps curb harmful actions and prevents them from using you as a pawn in their power games. So we've explored 8 powerful psychological strategies, secret weapons to help you turn the tables in dealing with narcissists. From recognizing manipulation tactics, setting firm boundaries, to applying Stoic philosophy to control your emotions and find inner strength, all these steps contribute to breaking free from the toxic cycle and regaining peace in your soul. But remember, this journey doesn't end with defeating the narcissist. The ultimate goal is to conquer yourself, to overcome your own fears, insecurities, and past wounds. Let each challenge be an opportunity for growth, for becoming stronger, and for developing into the best version of yourself. Always keep in mind the core values of Stoic philosophy: rational thinking, resilience, and emotional mastery. Find joy and meaning from within, from the simplest aspects of life, and believe that you deserve a life filled with freedom, happiness, and love. Thank you for joining me in this video. Stay tuned to the channel for more insights into the psychology of relationships and Stoic philosophy. And don't forget, we have a community here ready to share, support, and face life's challenges together.